Otago has been under a blanket fire ban for most of summer, with El Nino conditions drying out the region. The total ban has been lifted in coastal areas, but some restrictions remain. Kerry O'Neill of the Otago Rural Fire Authority is here to tell us about the risk. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Or good evening. What is the level of risk at the moment?
The risk at the moment is moderate to high, so that covers all our coastal zones currently.
Has it been a drier summer than normal?
It started out to be drier than normal. November, December dried out quite significantly, and January was rising from very high to almost extreme along the coast, but then it's dropped off.
So where are the current restrictions?
Current restrictions are all coastal zones, so it's the Catlins, Clutha, Dunedin and up to the Waitaki are all restricted fire zones.
And what about Central Otago?
Central Otago and the Lakes District, Queenstown Lakes, are still total fire ban.
So can people light campfires outdoors anywhere?
No, not without a permit.
How can open fires be safely managed?
They can be managed by, if it's garden heaps, cut materials, that sort of thing, clear the vegetation away from the piles that are to be burnt by 20 metres, so there's no close vegetation that can catch fire. They need a suitable water supply nearby that can be utilised, and they have to be careful of the wind for the strength, and as long as they're not burning on the power lines and other overhead lines, risks like that, that's all good.
Is this information available publicly anywhere for any site or situation that you might have a fire in?
Yes, most council websites list fire burning conditions. The Otago Rural Fire Authority have their own website which the conditions are listed on as well, and the National Rural Fire Authority have a very good list on their website on how to do things correctly and properly.
Now summer's actually due to finish up in a couple of 2 or 3 weeks. Are we expecting the region to get any drier?
Yes, definitely. January was a period of rain and unusual weather conditions come through. February, March, when kids go back to school, is normally when things start to dry out again, hot days. So we're actually looking at February, March, probably April this year, for things to continue drying out, with supposedly the El Nino weather patterns as well. So it's not going to get any wetter than normal, and it should dry out a little bit more.
What is the penalty for breaching the restricted fire season?
Under the Otago Rural Fire Authority, we can impose fines. That's under the Forest and Rural Fires Act. We have never done that. It's more of a case of education. So if people do get caught out due to ignorance or other things, might have slipped their mind, we just go along, tell them the current conditions and just remind them of what's required.
Is compliance generally pretty good?
Very good. But we normally get the serial lightists that disregard any conditions and they just go ahead and light. So once again, it's just a matter of education.
And when do you expect to move into an open fire season?
Our restricted fire season will probably go through until April, and then we'll reassess the situations. Last year we went to total open fire ban, total fire season, open fire season, May. So it's still a few months away yet.
Kerry O'Neill from the Otago Rural Fire Authority, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.